So welcome everybody to this session on Alma Analytics for Network Zone Consortia. I am Yoel Kortic, Senior Librarian at Ex Libris, and we're joined also by Maud Arnaud from Alma Product Management. Thank you for joining us, Maud. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them in the chat. We are part of the Alma Network Zone Consortia webinar series, which has already been going on for quite some time. So just to see where we are before we begin these sessions, I'd like to see where we are in the whole series. So May 29th to May 30th, or May 29th, we did the APAC session, May 30th, the Europe and America session. We began with an overview, a review of the Alma Collaborative Network and the shared catalog and a network zone consortia. By the way, I'm going to send the link out to the participants in the chat to this page, though I know most of you, if not all, already have it. Those of you viewing this in YouTube can see this in the description of the video. And this page includes also recordings of all the previous sessions. You can also get these recordings on YouTube. You can get them on our education webinars page. In any case, this page is useful because it includes the accompanying resources which may have been used, as well as links to the recording. So that was our introduction, May 29 and May 30th. Then on June 5th, we moved over to the Automated Fulfillment Network and a Network Zone Consortia. Then to how to manage electronic resources in a Network Zone Consortia using inventory network groups. That was the Available 4. Then we moved on to using a shared file in a Network Zone Consortia. And today we're on Alma Analytics for Network Zone Consortia. Now we're going to focus specifically on those areas which are unique or deal specifically with Network Zone Consortia. This is not a session on Alma Analytics in general. We have a series which we've been doing every year for quite some time now called Alma Analytics Become an Expert. And by the way, we're going to be starting that series again very soon. That's Alma Analytics Become an Expert. I'm just going to throw in here an Ex Libris just to get right to it. So here we go, first shot. So we're going to be running this again very shortly. You can see here, 18 September 2024. That's in 2 months. So if you want something on analytics in general, here's the place. It's a 8-part series on Alma Analytics. Today, we're focusing specifically on Alma Analytics and a Network Zone Consortia. Just so we're all on the same page, I state that. And what will we talk about today? So member institutions accessing reports which are created in the Network Zone institution. That means, for example, if there's a consortia of 50 member institutions, those 50 member institutions don't all have to create their own reports in their own Alma environments. They can use ones created and handled from the Network Zone. That'll be our first topic today. Then member institutions accessing electronic resource data from the Network Zone. So we had a session already, for example, on inventory network groups in the Available 4. And that's done in the Network Zone. And you can view that information and retrieve, filter on that information from the member institutions. We'll see how that's done. Then we'll talk about consortia reporting and Alma Analytics for overlap analysis. That is overlap analysis done in the Network Zone. So all of those records which are in the Network Zone, they may be shared with the members as well, but it's checking in the Network Zone for overlap analysis by the 035 subfield A, by the ISBN, the ISSN, the normalized title. We'll see the different options there. Then we'll create reports. As examples, we'll create reports in the Network Zone showing data of the members. So without further ado, let's jump in here with member institutions accessing reports created in the network zone institution. So this involves two separate and similar configurations in both the member and in the network zone. So the member basically needs to say, these members down here, Alma University will say as an example, needs to say, I permit my institution to see reports in the network zone. And then the network zone needs to say, I permit member institutions to see reports that I create here. And it's a report they're seeing, it's not data. So a report can be created and saved in the network zone. And when it's run in the member institution, it's run on data from the member institution. It's not run on data from the network zone, even though that's where the report is located. It's run in the environment where, or it shows data of the environment from which it's run. So let's start in the member institution. So I'm in Alma University, a member institution. And I need to say here, I want to see, or I permit myself to see reports from the network zone. So if we come to configuration, bottom left, I'll make this a little larger. Configuration on the bottom left, analytics, and we have here analytics member settings. So let's go to analytics member settings. And we have a parameter here called analytics catalog available for my institution. So that means the catalog, which is in the network zone, is going to be available for my institution. And I've defined it to true. And that means that I will be able to see those reports. I won't be able to edit the reports, we'll see. It's going to be a read only. I'm reading them from another institution, which is the network zone. I can use them, but I can't edit them. So that's the definition in the member institution. All of this, by the way, is in this PowerPoint. I simply don't want to bore you with the PowerPoint here because you can read this on your own. But it's all in here. And it's linked on the page that we looked at shortly ago. Now in the network, I need to say the opposite, that I permit the reports in my institution, me being the network, to be used by the member institution. So now I'm switching browsers, going over to Chrome, and here I am in the network zone. And in the network zone, I'll also go to configuration, analytics, analytics network settings. And here I say analytics catalog available for members, true. So in the network zone, I'm saying it's available for members. Here in the network zone, I'm saying it's available for members. And in the member, I'm saying it's available for my institution. So both sides need to have that agreement. And these are for all kinds of privacy rules. Even though I'm going to stress again, we're not seeing data from the network zone in this case. We're seeing the reports. So in both cases, everything is defined as true, everything being both of those parameters. Now, when I'm in the member, here I am in the member, and I come into analytics, getting out of the configuration, and I'm going to access analytics. I'm a user now in the member institution who has role designs analytics. Therefore, I can come into analytics. And when I look at the catalog here, I will see not only my institution, but also the network zone institution. So here I see Alma University, which is me, the member. And here I see Ex Libris University, which is the consortia. So this Ex Libris University Consortium, if I come into reports, this is what's in the network zone. If now I come back into the network zone, I'm going to switch browsers. I'm in the network zone. If I had come here into Access Analytics, we'll see that I see the folder here just like it appears to the member. So I'll say here, catalog. And what do I see here? Let's go up to shared folders and Ex Libris University Consortia reports. I see Dara, Jamie, links to Primo, objects, SB, Yoel, Julak. And then I come over here. Same thing, Dara, Jamie, links to Primo, Alba, XG, Yoel, Julak. So I'm seeing those reports from here. I'm going to come into Objects, Analytics. I'm in the member institution now. I have Alma University in here. So I can now run these reports. I'm looking at the folder. Let me make this larger here. I'm looking at the folder as you see here that pop up. I'm looking at the Ex Libris University Consortium. And now I can run these ports. However, if I say, for example, to delete, I don't have a delete option. You see here it's grayed out. I don't have a delete. If I was in my own institution, I'm switching over to Alma University, and I try to do delete more. Now I have delete because I can do anything I want in my institution. However, in the consortia, it's a read only. So I can't delete. I can't change the permissions. I can't do anything except for run these. So for example, I'm going to run this one called number of physical items per member institution with LC classification code. It's only going to show data in my institution. Let's run that. So here I'm running it in the member institution. I'm going to run it also in the network zone. So it's showing only my institution. Exleva DevInst 1 Alma University. If I had run this in the network zone now, just to show the difference with the permissions, here it is, number of physical items per member institution with LC classification code HQ. Here I'm running that in the network zone, and now I see all three institutions. Running it from the network zone, I can see all of the institutions. Running it from the member, I see only my data. And if we saw that I couldn't delete this. And if I try, you see, I don't even have here a save analysis. It's grayed out. I only have save as. So I can do save as and put it in my institution. But if I try to save it under the folder of Ex Libris University Consortia, I'm going to save it here and call it the same thing, ABC. Try to save it, and I don't have permission. I don't have permission to delete, edit, or create in the network zone folder of analytics. I can only run reports from there, and it runs reports on my data. The goal here is that the network zone institution can make a set of reports. There was a very large consortia that requested this many years ago. That I can handle all the report creation in the network zone for all of the members. This is instead of every member institution needing to make their own reports, or instead of creating a folder and saving it in the community folder. But there's a community folder here, which we're not going to get into, but I could also put something in the community and have all of the members share it. But this is even better because unlike the community, nobody can touch this one. Nobody can, no other institutions can see or edit these. No other institutions outside of my network zone consortia. So that covers the first topic, which is member institutions accessing reports created in the network zone consortia. I'm going to stop for one moment and see if there's any questions or comments. Let's see. I see more people have joined us since we stopped before. Welcome, everybody.
No questions so far.
And are there any questions or comments? Send them in the chat. I'm going to take a look at the chat right now. People are still joining. Okay. Let's take a look here. I don't see anything in the chat. Just someone send in something. And when there's no questions after 15 minutes, I get a little concerned. So if anyone has a question, I mean, just let me know that you're still with us. Say, yes, Yoel, I see you and I hear you. Anyone? Boy, do you see me and hear me? I'm not getting any response. Okay, people are telling me they hear me. Great. All right, so let's move on now. Next topic is member institutions accessing electronic resource data from the network zone institution. So again, we've got a full PowerPoint on that. I'm not going to go through it slide by slide, but the point here is we had a session a few weeks ago where I showed how the network zone can
Joel?
make yes, someone
Yeah,
say something?
yeah, it's mode. Please share your screen. You're not
Oh,
sharing.
sorry about that, and thank you very much.
No problem.
Hold on, let me come back into here. Share screen share. Okay. So a few weeks ago, you may recall, we had a session on the network zone can define inventory network groups and share or make available electronic resources, collections, and portfolios for the member institutions. In fact, let's go take a brief look at that just for the fun. So if I'm in a member in the network zone where I am now, this is the network zone, and I look, for example, for electronic collection, Taylor and Francis journals complete. So this, for example, is in the network zone. I'm in the network zone now, and it's available for Alma University, just as an example. And there are many like that. If, again, just for the fun, I were to say I want all electronic collections with, oh, I can even say available for. Available for Alma University. So all of these are available for Alma University. Either they will not have an available for at all, which means they're available for everyone, or they will be explicitly for Alma University. In any case, so this is in the network zone, for example, here, but we want this to also be seen by the member. So that's our goal here. So again, we have two definitions. One in the network zone, where network zone says, I allow the member institutions to see the available for information. And then I've got in the member institution saying, I want to see the available for information in my institution. So let's take a look at that. So first, let's start in the network. I'm going to close this analytics just so we don't get confused. I'm going to close it on this end as well. We'll reopen when necessary. Okay, so in the network zone, you can see via the icon in the top left, I'm in the network zone. Again, we'll go to Configuration Analytics, and I've got Analytics Network Settings. And here we're defining Analytics Network Inventory Information. Network inventory available for members. True. It's defined as true. So here we are a network zone saying I permit the member institutions to see the available for information. Then we've got the corresponding parallel definition in the member institution. So now I'm back in the member institution called Alma University. Here, we're going to click on Configuration, Analytics, and now we have Member Settings. In the Network Zone, we had Network Settings, and in the Member Institution, we have Member Settings. So clicking on Member Settings, we get here, and here we have Analytics Network Inventory available for my institution. So each member needs to set this as true if they want to see that information. By default, they will not because of privacy reasons. That's how we need to define it. And then if they want to be able to see it, they explicitly need to come in here and define this as true. So that's what I've done here. I've defined it as true. And therefore, now I will be able to see the electronic resource data from the network institution. So now we can already go in. So let's go in now and create a report here in the member institution, which includes that available for information from the network zone. So we'll come into analytics, access analytics, and now we're going to create a report and see how this works, because there's a unique folder here specifically for member institutions viewing portfolio information from the network zone. So let's see that. So we'll say create analysis. Due to the nature of our report, we'll choose the e-inventory subject area. And we got a unique folder here, which only appears for member institutions with that parameter set to true, which is portfolio details for consortia members. And this is where we can take the information, for example, about the available for. It's all in a unique folder here called portfolio details for consortia members, and that's what's showing the data from the network zone. So let's open this folder. It's got a tooltip here, which you can read on your own. It basically says what we just did, that it will appear only for those institutions who have defined that parameter. We saw analytic network inventory available for my institution to true, and this is where fields should be used if you're getting information from the network zone. So let's use this folder now. And let's create a report. For example, let's say we want to see certain electronic collections or all electronic collections which are available for my institution, just as an example. So let's say, I even have reports ready, but let's make our own report. So let's say create, oh, I already did create analysis. Sorry about that. So let's say I want all portfolios. I'm going to say number of available portfolios filter is greater than or equal to 1, because I'm going to do line by line. So I want each line to have at least 1. Then I will say I'm still in the portfolio folder, and I will say available for my institution, and I will filter this as yes. Now, if it's available for my institution, it may also be available for additional institutions, because the inventory network group applied to this resource might be, for example, for Alma University and Open University. So available for my institution is yes. I've got in the filter. I don't need to display it. And I will say who is the available for group, who is the available for group members. Now, available for my institution includes also those with no available for group, because we said it's available for my institution if it's explicitly has a group with my institution or it has no groups. We saw that in the session on inventory network groups. So I'm going to say the available for group field is not null, because I want only those specifically with an available for group. Let's also get the name of the electronic collection. Right now I've got portfolios here, but now I'm going to say, give me the electronic collection public name. And let's get the name of the portfolio, the title of the portfolio. Notice I'm still in portfolio details for consortia. Let's go to the bibliographic details. Let's grab the title. And let's say filter, I want all of these with the word Taiwan in it. So I'll say contains any. Okay, so what do I got here? I'm in the member institution. I'm getting all portfolios that are available that have the word Taiwan in them. And I have an available for group, and they're available for my institution, and I'm going to display the electronic collection public name. Let's even say I want all of those that have Taiwan or Taipei. So I'm going to take this, convert it to SQL, and say I want that or Taipei. PEI. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's first of all save this. I'll say save as. And I'm looking here at the Ex Libris University Consortium. I won't be able to save there because it's read only. So I'm going to go into my Alma University folder. And I will save it right here. And actually, let's save it somewhere appropriate. I'll put this onto reports. I'm going to put it here. Objects, analytics, and these are active portfolios with Taiwan or Taipei in network zone available for my institution. Long name, but we're going to know exactly what that is. I'm just going to stick it into Google to do a little spell check. That's how I do my spell check. He just says, "Did you mean?" and I take his suggestion. Okay. So that's our name. Okay. Let's go take a look. Results. So again, I'm now in the member institution. I'm filtering and displaying the available for information from the network zone. So here, these have the word Taiwan in it or Taipei. You can see Taiwan here. Taiwanica, because I had a % before and after the word Taiwan, so it's giving both of them. And they're available for my institution. This one's only for Alma University. This is for all member institutions. I got the group members here. That's the institution code. And I've got the electronic collection public name. So this information now is coming from the network zone and being displayed in my institution. Let's go see if there are any questions or comments. I'm going to stop sharing for one moment. I will remember to reshare again soon. Let me go take a look at the chat. And I don't see anything in the chat. Everyone's still with me? Let's do another check. Anyone still with me? Still see me? Still hear me? And I will wait for a confirmation, then I will reshare, then we will continue. Anybody want to tell me they still hear me? Okay, thank you, Judith. Judith is still here and still hears me. Wonderful. I hope everyone else still hears me as well. Allison, Anita, Dagon, etc. I hope you all hear me. Okay, so let's move on now. I'm going to share again. And let's go see our next topic. Consortia reporting and Alma analytics for overlap analysis. Okay, so here we're talking about records which are in the network zone and are duplicates. They may or may not be shared with the members, or to be more exact, be used by the members or linked from the members. Our concern right now is they're in the network zone and they are duplicates. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to go into the network zone again. So this is my network zone. And we'll come over to analytics. I'll say access analytics. If you recall earlier, I removed that tab. So now we're in analytics. And let's come to catalog. So you may recall from other sessions that among the various folders here, the Alma folder is the folder that is read-only and is supplied by Ex Libris at the time of implementation and then maintained throughout the lifespan of Alma, which is approaching its 13th year, by the way. Right around now, in the summer of 2012, the first institution went live at Boston College. So for the past 12 years, we've been adding reports to this Alma folder in a read-only way. And then if an institution wants to use them, they can copy them to their own folder and do as they please. So within here, there's a folder called Consortia, which includes reports and a dashboard specifically for Consortia. And among the reports that are in here are 5 duplicate reports that begin with duplicate, and those find duplicate records, and that means it's doing overlap analysis. I'm going to take the first one. Let's see what they do. Now, I just want to point something out here. My institution code here, I'm not a real institution, as you know. I'm a demo training environment. In my institution, I'm pointing this out, you'll see why in a moment, begins with the code EXL demo. That's my code, because I'm not a real network zone. But a real network zone begins with network. It'll say network underline and then something else when you're a real network zone. I'm just pointing that out because I'm going to have to make a minor change to this report. So let's start with duplicate titles by the 035A for network zone institution, for the network institution. So let's see what it does before we look at the results. So we'll come into the criteria tab. What does it do? It looks to see it's not getting records linked to the community zone. The reason being because we know there's going to be duplicates of records linked to the community zone because you may have the same bibliographic record in 3 different electronic collections and you know they're there, but you're not going to delete them. So they're not linked to the community zone. The zeros, let me make this larger. The the OCLC control number, which is in the 035A, is not null. The institution code ends with underlying network. That way it's working only on the network zone. I'm going to change that and say, because I'm in a unique institution here, I'm going to say is equal to that. Then this is a formula which says the total sum of bibliographic records which are counted by that OCLC number is greater than 1, meaning it's a duplicate, and the life cycle is in repository. Let's see what we got here. Life cycle in repository means I'm not including deleted records. Of course, we don't want to include deleted records in an overlap analysis, and Alma Analytics on purpose includes also deleted records. So let's see what we got. So the column here called number of titles measures this is how many duplicates there are. So I'm just going to randomly scroll up and down here and let's take one with 3 of them. Okay, so let's take this. So this appears 3 times, this 44063027. Let's go see what the story is. So I'm coming back into Alma, and I'll do an all titles search for, I think that's the control number, the 035A. There it is, OCLC control number 035A. Let's search, and we should get 3 records. We might get more, by the way, because we said only those not linked to the community zone. But we'll have at least 3, and we have 3. So it looks like we have here legitimate duplicates. This first one, for example, has no inventory. I'm looking over here on the right, no inventory. This one here has no inventory. They're all suppressed. So I have 3 duplicates here with no inventory. They're all suppressed, and they're just taking up space here in my network zone. They're making me have additional records, which counts towards my subscription number of bibliographic records. They'll make extra noise when I search, so I may want to delete, if not all of them, because they're, in any case, no inventory and suppressed, but I may want to delete at least 2 of them because there doesn't appear to be any real purpose. They're all from 2015. In fact, they're all from November 26, 2015. So that's the overlap analysis or the duplicate analysis. Let's do another one. I'll say catalog. There's one which is my personal favorite when doing overlaps or duplicates that uses the normalized title and author combined. So let's take this one here, duplicate titles by title, author combined and normalized. It takes the normalized title and adds to that the first 4 characters of the normalized author and sees if there's a match. Again, I'm going to change the name of the network zone consortia here. Okay. Because I have a different code than other people. And I'm just going to save that other OCLC number on the side because I might want to clean that up later. Okay. So now it's looking according to the normalized title and author. So again, let's go random here, scrolling up and down, and let's take this one here, adolescent psychiatry. Let's take this one because it's got an author also, so I can show. This one here, but part of the author. So this is adolescence and emerging adulthood, a cultural approach, ARNE, because it takes the first 4 characters of the author as well. Let's go take a look here. So if we come and we search for that title, which will be by an author beginning with ARNE, I should see 2 of them. There we go. So I've got 2 of them. They're both by by Jeffrey Jason Arnett. Book physical, again, no inventory. So it might be a very nice candidate for getting rid of. Now there might be more. This is the 4th edition and this is the 3rd edition. If it's important to me to keep both editions, then maybe I want to keep them. But in any case, we have a duplicate by the title and author. Then there's other ones here, which I don't think we need to show, although let's show one anyway. They're by ISBN, by ISSN, and that's it. So we have the 035A, the title author. Let's do one by the ISBN. I'm also going to put in this nice example for later. And so this one, this one, let's go fix my network zone code because I don't end in network. I'm unique. So now it's checking according to the ISBN. Are there duplicates in the networks? These are important reports to run. They were requested by users over the years, which is why we not only made them, but put them in the default here. Now these, for example, these are always interesting. These all have an ISBN, which is parentheses paperback, which is probably that they were created from a template that had the 020 with a subfield Q paperback, or in the 020A there was a subfield paperback. Now these also, they might not be the same work, but they do have duplicate ISBNs, and it's worth it to go fix those ISBNs. Let's just take a look at one example. So this has bibliographic record. Here it is. Here's my $$A paperback. It's got a paperback as the ISBN. By the way, this new all title search, stay tuned. We've got a session very soon as part of the Alma 2024 Roadmap webinar series. I'm showing right now the new all title search, and we've got that. I believe it's July 17th, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's the Managed Patron Circulation Desk. We got so many good things coming up, I can't even keep track. September 4th, the new all titles search user experience. It's not just a search, it's an experience. So anyway, this is the new all title search. So we see all of these now have the ISBN paperback. That'll be interesting. If I come here and I search by ISBN, I don't want to say contains keywords. I'm going to say contains phrase. Okay. So all of these will have the paperback. In those 8, we have the MMS IDs include only paperback. Okay, so here we go. Here's another one right here. Let's take one more example. So this one here is a duplicate. Let's see why. So again, we'll search by ISBN. And there we go. Excavating Jesus beneath the stones. 2 duplicates, same everything. And again, no inventory. Again, created in 2015. So these are worth deleting or dealing with. Maybe you want the 2 duplicates for whatever reason. Okay, now let's start making reports in the network zone. Let me just stop for one more moment. Every time I finish a section, I like to stop and see if there's any questions or comments. Quiet crowd today. Still no chats, anybody? Okay, I see no chats. I hope everyone's still with us. I won't do another check. Okay, someone said just listening. Thanks for letting me know you're still with us. Appreciate that. Okay, so now let's say we want to create a report in the network zone. When we create reports in the network zone, we can see data from the various institutions, member institutions. So let's go now.
Joel,
Yes.
it's mode. You're not sharing again.
Oh, I was just making sure everyone's still watching, you see? All right. I'm glad everyone's still watching. If I had shared every time, I wouldn't know if people are watching. So while I'm in the network zone, or let's even start with a member institution. Let's say a member institution wants to know, what do I have that is and is not shared with the network zone? So let's say I'm in the member institution, Alma University, and let's say now I create a report. I'm going to create a report, an analysis to be more exact, in the title subject area. Title subject area is a subject area which includes records with all kinds of inventory or no inventory. And let's start with the bibliographic details. Let's say I want, for example, the MMS ID. And now link to the network zone. Now this is something unique only for member institutions of a network zone. A regular standalone institution wouldn't have this link to the network zone. While I'm here, let's say life cycle. I don't want to get deleted records. So I'll say life cycle filter is in repository. No need to display that. And let's say I want those which are not linked to the network zone. Link to network zone filter is equal to no. And let's also get the title while we're at it. So this is all titles in the in my member institution, which are not linked to the network zone. So they all have link to network zone, no. And if I were to start looking at any of these, avoiding technologies, surprise for tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. So if we come in here and I say all titles again, and I get the MMS ID, we will not have an icon that this is linked to the network zone. It's linked to the community, but it doesn't say anywhere that it's linked to the network zone. By the way, I can also say, although this isn't unique for member institutions of a network zone consortia, but I also have here link to CZ. So this one here that we just looked at, avoiding technology surprise for tomorrow's warfighter, here, it is linked to the CZ. This one here, Israel Potter, 50 years of his exile, is not linked to the CZ and not linked to the network zone. So here, we see no icons. Not linked anywhere. This one is digital and electronic. That's a whole nother story. Okay, now I can also say while I'm in a member institution, link to NZ equals yes. So all of these will be linked to the network zone. Randomly, let's scroll through. Let's take revisiting gender. So this, if we come in here, now we do have the icon here that it's linked to the network. So that's something unique that you won't find, for example, in a regular analytics or a non-specific analytics webinar or explanation, because that field linked to network zone is only relevant, like we saw with the portfolio details for consortia, is only relevant for member institutions, because for someone else, it's still irrelevant if they're linked to the network zone or not. One more thing. So here I can do a real analysis. Let's say I want to say here, I want the title measures. I'm going to get number of active titles. Let me get rid of all this stuff. So I can say I want all of the titles which are linked to the NZ. I don't need this life cycle is in repository because active means it's in repository. Link to NZ, yes, no. So I can see here a breakdown now. Oops, I didn't display it. I only put it there. Link to NZ. Oh, I've even already got it here. Beautiful. We've done everything already. So here, number of titles active, link to NZ. It's only giving me yes because I still have that filter in there. So now I can see at a quick glance what I've got here. So the vast majority of my records are not linked to the network zone. I see here in the title measures, we've got pre-made number of titles linked to the NZ. But here I've got both of them. I can also come here, by the way, and I'm going to put out this number of titles active twice. And here I've got another method where I can say edit formula filter, and then say bibliographic details linked to NZ equals yes. So this is now doing a filter on the field inside there, and I'm going to say number of titles active linked to NZ. And then I'll take another one here and I'll say equals no. Number of titles not linked to NZ. So I can also do it like this. I could also go back to the way I was and say I want number of active titles and I want link to NZ. And then I could display it in various ways, for example, as a pie. Now that's a very small amount, that 5,000. So my pie is going to look a little interesting. Just a little sliver there. So that's from the member. From the network, we can do reports which show data from all the different institutions. And we saw that, for example, when we looked at the breakdown of items with LC classification HQ per member institution. But let's go into the network and see that. So now I'm back in the network. And from in the network here, I'm in analytics. Let's say I say create analysis. Maybe I want to know the situation of fulfillment across the member institutions. So I can say fulfillment. And maybe I want to know, for example, who's doing a lot of loans these days. So I can say, for example, I want number of loans, and I want for the loan date in the, let's get the loan date filter and say filter is equal to or is in the last 365 days. And now I want each institution. So I'll get the institution code and the institution name. So this is going to give me across the consortia, I only have 3 member institutions here, how many loans there were in each member institution in the last 365 days. So within the network, I can view across the members. Okay, that covers what we wanted to cover. I'm going to see if there's any final questions or comments before we finish. Any final questions or comments? Nothing from anybody. Okay, so let me share one more time and just put in a plug for our next sessions here. We already saw in the 2024 Roadmap webinar series, next week, July 10th, next week, we have physical item templates. Exciting new feature that came out very recently. It's already live. Actually,
Joanne?
it's live, but we've got updates in August. I'm not sharing, right?
Yeah.
All right, you guys are watching. That's what we're making out. That's what we're looking out for. So next week, July 10th, physical item templates, which is part of the 2024 Roadmap webinar series. I hope you won't want to miss that. And we've also got the Consortia webinar series continuing, Consortia webinar series Alma. And I want to add another one. I'm thinking July 31st. It's almost August. August is tough, but this is I thought I just went into the Consortia webinar series. Sorry about that. That's the roadmap. That's the roadmap. Let's get the Consortia webinar series. There we are. Okay. So this is the one we're doing now. as we speak. So July 24th, next week is the next 2 weeks, actually, the 10th and the 17th. We've got the Roadmap webinar series, 10th and 17th. Physical item templates, new patron managed services desk. Then July 24th. This is an exciting one. Really nice. This is brand new. A new central configuration dashboard for Consortia. You don't want to miss this one. Then July 31st, we're already booked. Yeah, you see, we have so much we want to do. Better that way than we're bored, you know? But I want to schedule also a cost per use for Alma Analytics Consortia, specifically for Consortia. August is very tough for us to do because people are on vacation. I'm not saying on our side, on customer side. And then September, we've got Igloo. Then we've got holidays here locally in Israel. And in any case, we'll squeeze some more in, but we've got a full schedule here. So in any case, thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you next week. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.